Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back. It is Monday evening, the start of another great trading week. And today, let's talk again about space or Virgin Galactic, because as you saw in my recent videos, some unfortunate news happened over the weekend. And as expected, we had a very big sell-off in the stock today. So let's do a deep dive into what exactly happened with their test flight over the weekend. Let's look at how the stock traded today and see if we can update our technical analysis and maybe do some price predictions and maybe even map out a plan about what some potential trades could be. Let's get right into it. So looking at the heat map overall, looks like it was a relatively red day for the market, right? Even big tech was kind of flat. That might be some news that's happening over in Europe about them affecting the big tech stocks, but we won't get into that in this video. Semiconductor sector had a good day today. AMD up 3.4%. And big actually news just broke on AMD after hours. An analyst has just upgraded their price target to $110 from $96. And actually, as I'm making this video, AMD is hitting all-time highs. So I do have some plays on AMD. Looks like my shares will get called away if this price level holds. I also have some players on space. Let's talk about space today. So let's take a look at Robinhood first to see what happened today. So as expected, take a look at this. Even pre-market, we were down 15%. I mean, this was the big news before the market opened today, was how much space was down. And I expected this, right? Because, you know, people on the internet were saying, oh, space might be down 5%. Space moves plus or minus 5% on a normal day. We had some pretty bad news. I mean, it could have always been worse. But as far as test flights go, it was an unsuccessful test flight. So I thought space would actually be down 20% today, to be honest with you. So we opened up down 15%, kind of rallied back a little bit to being down only 10% by noontime or so. Then we sold off again, and we just traded flat all day long, and we're pretty flat after hours again. So we ended up closing the day down over 17%. Now, if you had shares or if you had call options that you bought hoping for a positive or a good test flight, you know, you're probably not looking so good right now. But for me, I want to get back into wheeling space. I want to be able to buy shares of space at a low price again. So I am loving the sell-off because I want to get in when the stock is on sale. So right now, let's just go to my option chain right now. I currently have, I mean, these were kind of just fun trades I put in just for some quick taco money. But I have 4 cash grid puts that expire this Friday. So now in 4 trading days. And I sold them all the way at the $18 strike price. I sold these things for $4 a piece. They're currently trading for $3. So I am up a total of $4 on these trades. Was this a smart use of my money? You know, yes and no, because this money was sitting in my account not making any dollars. So if I can make $4 a contract, that's 16 bucks over 4 contracts. That'll buy me tacos for a good week or two. So I think that was a smart use of my money that was otherwise just sitting in my account. And I didn't want to go to a higher strike price because if in a situation like this and space does sell off, I would rather not be assigned at something like $25, for example. I'm okay if space wants to sell off to $18 this week. I'm okay with that. I previously owned space at $19 when I was wheeling it. And it's made good money for me while I was wheeling it, and I sold it off for some stock appreciation. Looking back, I wish I didn't sell it off because right now, even when the stock price is at about $26, $27, I would have made a lot of money just off stock appreciation. So I would love to get back into space in the low 20s. I would love it, absolutely love it, if I could get back in between like $15 and $20, somewhere in the high teens. That would be amazing. So I'm expecting that my cash grid puts will expire worthless on Friday. And I am kind of hoping, I'm rooting for some more sell-off on space because then I can keep selling low strike cash grid puts, collecting that free premium or collecting the premium and then getting assigned shares on sale. That's what I'm really hoping for right now. Let's take a look at the news. And to do that, let's go right to the source and let's take a look at the Virgin Galactic official statement that they put out. So here's the official Virgin Galactic website. It's virgingalactic.com. And this statement was just put out today. You can see December 14th. And they're trying to put a positive spin on things. They're saying it was a perfect landing with the pilots, mothership, and spaceship safe, secure, and in excellent condition. And I agree with that. I'm glad that, first of all, nobody got injured. None of their equipment, none of their spaceships got damaged. It was just an unfortunate series of events. And they said, you know what, let's abort the mission and let's land back and let's regroup. And that's exactly what they did. So just reading through this article, you can see it says, the rocket motor did not fire due to the ignition sequence not completing. Following this event, the pilots conducted a safe landing and returned to Spaceport America, New Mexico as planned. So obviously now it says they're conducting a post-flight analysis and can so far report that the onboard computer, which monitors the propulsion system, lost connection, triggering a fail-safe scenario that intentionally halted ignition of the rocket motor. So it sounds like they had a plan B in place because this system lost the connection, and that plan B scenario worked as it should. It did not let the rocket motor fire because it said, hey, something is wrong here. Let's reassess the situation. So it says right here in the article, this system, like others on the spaceship, is designed such that it defaults to a safe state whenever power or communication with sensors is lost. The pilots in the spaceship, as well as the engineers and pilots in mission control, are well prepared for any off-nominal results as they plan and rehearse many potential scenarios during pre-flight simulation practice sessions, including a scenario such as this, where the rocket motor does not ignite after release from the mothership. So, yes, was it a perfect test flight? No. But as far as a test of their safety systems, looks like they acted exactly as they should have. Looks like the pilots did exactly what they should have. And like I said, nothing got damaged. Nobody got hurt. So I think that is a pretty significant silver lining. And they are living to fight another day. They're just going to try and reattempt this test flight again. So all is not lost. I mean, if something were to happen to the pilots, or if something were to happen to the aircraft, then yes, we probably would have had a bigger sell-off. But I'm okay with this result. Like I said, I see this as a buying opportunity, a buy the dip kind of scenario. Let's take a look at some other articles. So this article was put out by The Verge today as well. And they're basically saying the same thing. The vehicle's engine cut out early, forcing the spaceplane to glide home. I don't think that's an accurate statement because, as we just saw officially from Virgin Galactic, the engine didn't really cut out. It just never ignited because of their failsafe. So I think the Verge's article is a little bit incorrect there, at least according to the official press release put out by Virgin Galactic. And you can see they even tweeted it out that day. This was put out 11:53 a.m. on Saturday, December 12th. So they're not trying to hide anything. They are living up to, I don't even want to call it an error, but they're taking responsibility for it. And they're saying, hey, we're looking into it and we're going to do this again. All is not lost. Don't worry about it. So I'm still bullish on Virgin Galactic. I mean, this is a lot better than, unfortunately, what happened to the SpaceX launch recently as well. I'm not sure if you saw that video, but that rocket just flat out exploded upon impact. So when it was trying to land. So I'm happy that nobody got hurt. I'm happy that none of the equipment or the aircraft got damaged either. So let's take a look at Virgin Galactic on TradingView. And I do want to say today's drop of 17% on the day is actually, unfortunately, the worst drop for Virgin Galactic since the March drop. However, the stock is still up over 130% on the year. So if you were an early adopter and you, let's say, got into space in January, you're still looking pretty good right now. But let's see what the data and what the technical analysis shows us and why, I'm okay with this because I think we were flying a little bit too close to the sun already. Look at this trend line. We were just on this upward trajectory this whole time. RSI has been overbought since about end of November. I think we were due to cool our jets. Unfortunately, I wasn't expecting it to be because of a failed, or I wouldn't say failed, but not an ideal test flight scenario. The other situation is that this may push back their time frame because they were expecting by the end of the first quarter of next year to kind of have passed all of their tests and then get ready for Sir Richard Branson to go up there. And then after that, start actually having customers taking their flights. So this will probably push it back a little bit. Remember, this test flight was initially scheduled for November, but because of the illness, it got pushed back until the month of December. So now I'm sure they're going to take their time, figure this out to make sure whatever issues happen don't happen again. So who knows? They haven't released yet when their next planned test flight is going to be. We'll just have to keep an eye out on the news. But let's take a look at the technical analysis chart. So this is tradingview.com. These are daily candles. So each candle represents 1 day of trading. And you can see from Friday to today, we had a pretty significant gap down. Now, the one interesting thing is that we closed right below the 21-day moving average. So it's sort of held up as support actually, but we did close below it. So the real question I want to see tomorrow is, are we going to have a continuation of the sell-off? Meaning, are we going to use the 21-day moving average as support, or are we going to use it as resistance? Because right now, the next level of support that I have is at about $25.50. If I zoom out here, you can see there were a few candles and wicks that topped out there back in July. 2 candles really that topped out there back in end of November. So I want to see if we get confirmation tomorrow, meaning if we close below the 21-day moving average, then I think we might have a little bit of a more continued sell-off. The 50-day moving average is at about $23. So that will probably be another strong area of support if 25.50 and 24, let's just say 24.50 break. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, take a look at the RSI. It's right in the middle right now. It's neither overbought nor oversold. And the other thing I want to draw your attention to is if I zoom out here, back earlier in the year, between about July to August, you can see we did peak. We went from about $15, $16 all the way up to about $28. And then we sold it all back down to like $15, $16 again over the next month or two. So I'm wondering, secretly, I'm kind of hoping if the same thing happens again, meaning are we going to peak? This time we peaked all the way up at like $35. We started back at like $17, $18. Are we going to sell it all back down to like $17, $18 again? I mean, if we do, I'm going to go hard into either cash secured puts or just flat out shares of Virgin Galactic, because I am bullish on this company long term. When I say long term, I'm talking for years down the road. Of course, this is not financial advice. I'm just giving you my thoughts and what my possible plans are, assuming nothing changes now. But I do hope that we sell off back into at least the low 20s and hopefully even less than $20, because then I can just load up on shares. By that time, I'll probably have freed up some capital from my AMD positions. So I would have a lot of capital to deploy potentially. I am kind of hoping that happens. But for that to happen, we're going to have to break the 21-day moving average and then more importantly, break the 50-day moving average. Well, time will tell. But like I said, in the short term, I'm very curious to see what happens this week in general. I hope we have more of a continued sell-off. I don't think we'll have another 17% sell-off tomorrow. We might just trade flat or have a little bit of a green day or a little bit of a red day, depending on how the investors want to take this news. But that's really it. That's really the news and the deep dive into Virgin Galactic. Let me know if you have options open on Space. Let me know if you have shares on Space. Let me know what your plans are. As always, join us in Discord. We have about 5 slots left in the Discord server for anyone that wants to join up. Add me on Twitter, add me on Instagram, follow me on Reddit, and most importantly, as always, have a happy day and happy trading.